Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Canadian Football Central, CFL content for the fans, by the fans. And we got another signing from the Hamilton Tiger Cats to the Cleveland Browns, as Nick Constantinou, punter for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, has been picked up by the Browns. He's a global player in the CFL, as he was born in Australia. Went to school at Texas A&M. 26 years old. He's played 2 seasons in the CFL, played 2024 as well as 2025. And has had a pretty good career so far as a punter, as he had played for what was, I think, a pretty decent, pretty good Texas A&M team. He played there from 2019 through 2023. So this video is going to be kind of for two types of people. If you're a Hamilton Tiger Cats fan, seeing what you're going to be missing now, or if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, what are you gaining from Nick Constantinou? So for starters, I do have to ask, Rick, you are the resident Ticat fan of the channel. What is your thoughts on Nick Constantinou as a player?
I'm not gonna lie, this one kind of stings a bit.
Yeah.
Only because since he's been drafted, they've kind of drafted other punters, but the other punters haven't worked out as well as Nick has. So this
it seems like he was really settling in, and so it feels like now almost
like we knew what to like when he would punt, like we knew what to expect from him.
Yeah, it was a position where you had no worries. Like, there was no unknown. Yeah.
Like if we knew, okay, he's gonna punt, we knew, okay, his average is 50 yards, so at least we know, okay, he's gonna hit roughly 50 yards. Not, he's going to punt and he's only going to get 35, 40 yards.
Yeah, you had confidence in him. He was a certainty in the sense of that you knew that if it got to a game where you're constantly punting it back and forth, your special teams is probably going to move that ball, even if your offense or your defense can't. You know what I mean? And so he had done well. Like, he had over 2 seasons. His first season, he had 4,803 yards on 102 punts. And then this past year, 4,343. Doesn't surprise me that he goes down on that, because keep in mind he had 12 less punts, but then also the team was a lot better. If the team is better, you're punting less. So got a little bit of lesser of a workload, but still did very well. His average actually went up to 48.3. His longest punt was 84 yards.
Keep in mind he also had 12 last punts too.
Yeah. And so it looks like, now the interesting thing here is that the 3 Down Nation article, which was written by the 3 Down staff, have him that he's signing with the Browns, but they're very careful here to not say that it is a futures deal. So I don't know if this has some level of term to it. I'm not sure if it maybe is a futures deal, but they don't say it's a futures deal, which means that this might actually be, there might be something a little bit more substantial behind this. One of the things that's worked out well for Constantinou is that he's been a very consistent kicker, like punter, sorry. And even was, if you look at his time in college, except he's gotten a lot better even since then. As he had played, he only played 1 game in his first year at Texas A&M, but every year he had always played more and more games. So 2020, 10 games, 2021, 12 games, 12 games, 13 games in his senior year at Texas A&M. And with that, he had gotten some, I believe he had gotten some accolades from that. As if we even just take a look at his Wikipedia page, in 2021, he was a first-team All-SEC All-Star. And the very next year, he was a second-team All-SEC All-Star. And so, that is quite something. The SEC is probably one of the most competitive conferences in college football. Again, Texas A&M was a big school, still is. And so they're always kind of in the running for things. So he had done very, very well there, including, even if you look at it over the course of his career with Texas A&M, like in college football, he had, let me see here, 4, 22, 29, he had 38 punts that were 50 plus yards. 38. And so he had done very, very well there. And then his highest average in college is 45.5, which he got in his second year, like his sophomore year. And both years in the CFL, he's been even higher at 47.1 yards his first year and 48.3 yards in 2025. So this makes a lot of sense for the Browns in the sense of, again, as we were talking about in our Isaiah Wooden video, which if you haven't seen, make sure you guys check that out, as he's going to the Browns as well, is that the CFL is a league where special teams are a pretty big deal. Even like I'd say the importance of special teams is a lot higher in Canadian football than it is American. It's just because of the rule set. And so because of that, getting some special teams guys from the CFL as opposed to maybe some leagues like the UFL just kind of makes more sense. The CFL kind of prepares them a little bit more in that aspect of the game. You can certainly have your debate in other aspects, but at least in that aspect of the game, it's kind of a non-starter. And so with that, this makes a lot of sense that the Browns would look to Canada to see what they're getting here. And so, and it's interesting because there's not a lot of, I'll put it this way: how many Australian punters do you know? There's not. Can't imagine there's.
To be honest with you, if you go back and look at the history of the global draft,
it's mostly kickers and punters, is it not? Like,
it's mostly punters or kickers from Australia.
Oh, is it? There you go. Fair enough. Because I was about to say,
but even though they're from Australia, they still play in the States.
Well, because the other thing is that with the global draft in the CFL, for those who are wondering, the global draft just means any players drafted into the CFL that are not from Canada or the United States. In the global draft,
but they can still play college in the U.S.
Yeah, they can still play. I'm just talking about their country of origin is not Canada or the United States. Usually it's predominantly punters, which makes sense because if you really think about it, what's the number one sport in the world in terms of viewership? Soccer.
Aussie rules football.
It is soccer. You know what I mean? And so because of that, getting like even if we look even just a few years ago, we had him on the channel, and it was a great interview. We had Dean Faithful from the Edmonton Elks. He was a kicker who had played some time in college, but he hails from England, and so those guys naturally fit well into those kicker or punter roles. Again, if I even just think about my own high school football team I played on, we needed a kicker. Where'd we go? We went to the soccer team. That's where we went. That's find somebody there with a good leg and put some pads on them. That's what you got to do. And so, obviously, it's worked out well for Nick Constantinou. And then in the CFL, it's very much a league where it's next man up, and so they'll have to figure out exactly who's going to be filling that role. But for me, if you're the Cleveland Browns, this is again not a set the world on fire sort of signing, but definitely one that I'd keep an eye on and see how that goes. Because actually, I think that Nick Constantinou potentially has a little bit better of a shot at sticking around. Whether on a practice roster or a main roster, than other players going up into the NFL, and it's specifically his consistency. His consistency is good. Would you agree with me in that regard, Rick?
Yes.
So that's key. It's one of those things in the NFL. If you're not a big established name and you're kicking or punting, and you have 2 or 3 bad kicks, that can literally be the end of it. There's a short leash. The expectation is excellence, so a consistent kicker has a lot better of a shot. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video, share it around, and subscribe if you haven't already. Rick, is there anything else you got? Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Yes, I do. I just want to mention
I'll let you get that in there.
I just want to do a cheap minor plug.
Oh, go for it.
2 minor plugs, I should say.
All right.
First off, I know this is a player going to the NFL. We have a interview coming up on Sunday, so go check out the Sean White kicker video.
Yes, yeah, we're going to be interviewing.
Video if you want to ask any questions for Sean White. Also, February 10th, over on the Hamilton Sports Central channel, I am doing a 11 to 12 hour live stream covering the CFL free agent window. So,
And if you're
don't
wondering
forget to
why,
come out
it's because
and
my
come say
co-host here,
hi.
Rick, is insane. He is insane, but that's okay. We love him.
I did it last year. I'm going to do it again this year.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I know you will.
So I'm just going to put this out there. Us Canadian fans, we have one for football, we have one for baseball, we have one for hockey. We do not have one for CFL, and I do our CFL.
Yes, we do.
Because TSN does not.
Well, hopefully they make that change. But in regards to league changes, you'll have to check out one of our other videos coming out soon.
Yes.
Regarding that, as there was a big press conference with Stuart Johnston that we have a lot of thoughts on. So check that out. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys join our Discord as well. In the description below, link is down there, and you guys can join it up and have some chats with us, as we really appreciate it. And without further ado, we'll see you guys next time.